tweet aussi celui de SwissBorg.
The cyborg is going places. Watch this space. SwissBorg. A long time ago, in a centralized galaxy far, far away. In the darkest times of the Empire's centralized financial world, a group of unified spirit of the battlefield break charts in the space called Earth.
And we are live, guys. Super excited to be with you guys. It's going to be a lovely time. And May the 4th
be
with you. Super excited for you guys. Thanks, Glaven, to be there. It's really cool to have a lot of people. We're already over 1,300 people watching live, which is insane. Really glad that we're all here. So, like always, my name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you guys. And here is, as well with us, is Alex. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, Anthony, CSO and proud co-founder of SwissBorg, and here I'm the chance to be with a brother from another mother, Alex. Please, Alex, introduce yourself.
A pleasure to be with you all, guys. Look at this chat. It's blowing up already. We love you. Thank you so much for your support, and let's kick off.
Great, perfect, guys. Looking forward to this. We want to make this as collaborative as possible because obviously with blockchain, things have to always be decentralized as much as we can. Sorry, guys, we had a little rush on that one. Now we're back. Sometimes with live, things happen. So really want to make this collaborative as possible, have so much fun with you guys. And for that reason, we're doing this AMA and we are going to have a lot of cool giveaways. So one of the big giveaways that people have already won is actually the most voted question on Slido. That we're announcing very shortly, that will be winning actually the premium Genesis for only 5,000 SwissBorg token. This is a great one. We're going to have as well the top 5 tweets using the hashtag SwissBorg AMA that will be announced at the end. That'll be winning a lot of cool swag, such as this one and other ones. And going forward after this release of this video, we'll have the most voted comments of the recording will be about announced next week's powwow, and there'll be another winner of the Genesis Premium account for 5,000 SwissBorg tokens, which is great. And now the winner actually of this next powwow, it is our very first lucky winner. It's Unicorn Circle. Please contact us via the support chat on the Wealth app to make sure that you are going to earn this amazing opportunity to be a premium user for 5,000 SwissBorg tokens. Super excited to have you guys among that, which is great. I hope you guys are hyped as much as I'm hyped. We're going to be talking about lovely SwissBorg results. Thank you, Winnie. Congrats to you too as well. We're going to be talking about a lot of key figures we had this past quarter. It's been one of the craziest, most successful quarter we ever had. I mean, what's your thoughts on this, Alex and Anthony?
Yeah, it's been an amazing quarter. I think not only we've observe, as we're going to see tonight, fantastic figures for the ecosystem, but as well an increasing community, an increasing supporting community, which is the best reward, I would say, as founders, is to see the engagement of the community and to see you guys loving more and more our mission. And it's really, really something that touches our hearts. Thanks
Touches our heart amazingly. And Antoine, thank you so much. Seriously, guys, we're 1.9K already in this live chat. It's really overwhelming. It feels almost surreal. Thank you so much, guys. Your passion fuels the fire, as Cyrus always says, and we love you all to death. Thank you so much for all the support up to now.
Exactly. Thank you so much, guys. So SwissBorg key figures. One of the big one, obviously, was 300,000 verified user. That is crazy when you think about it. We had less than 100,000 in Q4 last year, and growth of we tripled within that last 3 months. There was 2 billion of volume, but actually it's much more because when you do exchanges and smart routing, we have actually 3 trades happening, so it's more than that. But actually, final value that was exchanged in your wallets was more than 2 billion, which was great. 300 million SwissBorg in the SwissBorg sustainable yield, which is amazing. 55,000 Ether within 2 days. That is crazy. Anyone in the world could really realize how much karma that is, right? Over $900,000 that was for Protect and Burn completed, which was great on April 1st. Last but not least, 100 million SwissBorg tokens today that was staked within that quarter, which is really, really great. All that because everyone wants to be really premium Genesis, which is great. Now let's maybe go talk into the smart yield and really realize how this is changing the game. Anthony, please explain us how it's been done this last quarter and how successful it's been.
To the figures, maybe very quickly for the ones that don't have the chance yet to know what the smart yield is, let's maybe break it down a little bit. So basically, when you possess the SwissBorg Wealth app, you can invest passively into DeFi ecosystem thanks to the smart yield. So in a nutshell, it's very simple. You deposit your USDC or ETH, and going forward, we're going to announce tonight more coin coming to the smart yield program. But as of today, you deposit Ethereum or USDC within the SwissBorg Wealth app. And from that moment, in few clicks, then you get access to the entire DeFi ecosystem. So what the program is doing is basically diversifying this coin across a number, an important number, and we publish every month a transparency report that report to you guys where this money were invested by the program, but we dispatch this money, this USDC and Ethereum, this coin, across a different program that give you the best risk return on yield in the DeFi space. So it's a very convenient way for anyone that do not have the competencies or couldn't afford to pay the gas fees that are extremely high on Ethereum, for example, to still get access to the growth of the DeFi space. And and we are really proud to do this program because it's, again, in our mission to help democratizing the access to crypto growth and any crypto product that exists. So when it's come to the result, we had an amazing result with USDC. It has been performing incredibly good in the quarter. So we have an average of above 20%, which was our initial target. Of course, the market was extremely promising as well. We've seen more and more innovation in the DeFi space. So as a result, the Smart Yield program benefit from all this innovation. And the program went as high as 31%. Because again, the reward that you receive change every day because it is a result of the yield that you can find on every DeFi platform that exists. So the USDC was the first coin on which we launched the Smart Yield, followed by the Ethereum. Cyrus, if you can help with the result for Ethereum.
Yeah. But
yeah, Ethereum was very good as well. So we had an average of 12% of Ethereum, which I believe is very high when we look at the other program. But again, the smart yield that you find at SwissBorg is very unique. It's nothing to compare with the other program that you can find in the space, because everything's staying on chain. And it's very important because this way we help as well the ecosystem to grow. And this is really our mission, is to make sure that no money leak out of the on-chain world, and it stay and remain into the on-chain world. And by being an investor into the Smart Yield, this is exactly what you guys are helping with. You are helping DeFi project to grow their TVL and to grow their ecosystem, and it's very good. And the Ethereum results, the highest APY was 18%, which is very good. And in total, we have almost $1 billion under management with the Smart Yield when we combine USDC, Ethereum, and CHSB. And we are very excited to announce that coming very, very, very soon.
Very soon, guys.
We can talk about that. We will have the BTC and the BNB yield coming very, very soon.
We're going to announce that quite later on. Great for that. That's really, I think, so one of the most important things is how we could bring, again, this noble cause of bringing decentralized finance to the best extent, but as well diversifying your portfolio and yielding. And we'll talk about the bear market that could happen. But if you are diversifying well, I think so the yield programs is really the best, most unique offer that we have at SwissBorg, and everyone should take part of it. Regarding the CHSB yield program, you wanted an update feature, and we actually managed to do that. I mean, you were super glad, Alex. Weren't you happy about this 1.5 yield on top of it?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's just really, it changes the lives of a lot of people. And I'm getting messages every single day on how it's changing the lives of the community. And there's nothing more rewarding than hear these stories. You know, earlier today, I got a message from Ivos, Belgium, on Twitter, and he was saying, you know, the most important thing for him was that we're rewriting history. And I really think, Cyrus, that's the best way to frame this. That's what excites me the most, more than the money. It's actually that together we're writing history. And SwissBorg has performed so well that we're one of the very few, if not the only ICO in the world that never had to raise funds to continue its mission. And that, guys, is really rewriting history. And it's just over the moon. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I'm super glad, and our CFO Jeremy Foban seems to be super excited about that as well. That's for sure. And how does this work? And this magic does work. Okay, so you know we had when we did our ICO, we kept it reserved, and we said we will be using it in the future, and that's exactly what we did. As today is we provide a very sustainable yield that could essentially make that possible, that you guys could yield very well with SwissBorg token. It's based on a community index. As you guys know, the community index, it's a scoring system that enables to see, are we doing great as a network or not? Right now, obviously, the network is flourishing. Therefore, you are yield farming all together in a very positive and impactful way, which is great. The highest score so far was 9.3. The highest yield was 10.2. And right now, the average is right 9.7%. That's a huge amount of number that's being done. We had 66,000 people that were in the yield program. You guys have earned over 3.8 million SwissBorg tokens. That's already $4 million plus. Congratulations to you guys for that. That's really, it is huge. And as you guys know, when you're Genesis Premium, you are the most happy and lucky people around our community that are earning that 2x. As always, happy to have that, Baptiste. Indeed. SwissBorg update. Oh, Roman, we just saw. Oh, Roman, by the way, shout out to Roman, to the laser eyes. Roman, the laser beam, man. Shout out to you. Great. CHSB update. SwissBorg token. The heart of ecosystem, the one we have here, more important on our brain and our heart. That is something that we're always reflecting, trying to figure out what is a multi-utility token. That means how can we use it? How can we stake it? How can we vote for it? And since the beginning, you know, it's been really that. The ICO contributors had this very smart and responsible decision to invest back then, and now this thing's been growing all-time high. It's, you know, was at This quarter, it was at 155, which was amazing. 65% of the circulating supply was staked into the yield programs we have, and 135 million was taken to the premium, which is great, which has over 5,000 people into the premium, which is really amazing. It really shows, again, the trust and how we're building wealth on the long term, not on the short term, not on just going crazy. No, we are locking these tokens because we believe that this is the best way that our ecosystem could grow going forward, and therefore we get rewarded positively. 88,000 people in the app has our tokens today. There's over almost 5 million SwissBorg tokens that were burned across 15 protect and burns programs. Last but not least, 322 million CHSB in the yield program, which is amazing. Talking about utilities, quite easy, right? What's the first one, Alex? It's
the government's rights.
Second one, Anthony.
Protect and burn.
The third one, premium benefits. The fourth one, CHSB yield
program, sustainable yield.
And the fifth one, it is.
Aha.
And we'll talk about it later.
You have to stay tuned, guys, to find out what the next utility will be. Surprise,
but we're bringing
surprise.
something big and something great. Surprise, surprise is going to happen. And this is all what we're going to do in this AMA is have fun and unveil a lot of great treasures that will change our lives forever. The token price, as you guys know, it has been evolving a lot through this different announcement, through these different utilities, through the launch of these different products and services. And it really shows, again, how fundamentally this is correlated to real stuff. And I think so that's what you love to say, right, Alex? That's really, I think so, a very big catalyst into this market is how we have our own type of agenda and how that agenda essentially reflects on the token price in general. What's your thoughts here, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys go back to the previous AMA, right, we had all these milestones with fundamentals, and we had a little rocket. You remember, Sai? It was going up towards an up trajectory. And we just see that, once we added more and more fundamentals, it just makes sense, right? So it's mathematics. I think it's beautiful to say that you have a token with multi-utility that provides real value that eventually will become market agnostic. In a bear market, it will outperform the tokens with less utility. In a flat market, it will stay strong. And of course, in a bull market, it will stay strong. So really, I think the CHSB is really what matters the most. How about you, Anthony?
Yeah, and coming back on what you say on the first place, because we never had to raise money for any VC or institutional money, every penny that we make for the ecosystem stay into the ecosystem. We just hire more people to build for you guys more additional feature, or we use that in the protect and burn mechanism, or we use that with the community index through the CHSB program. So everything that we stay, everything stay within the ecosystem, and every money that we make is not going to be leaked into the old system, which is the option world. We have no intention to do that. So it really creates this very, very virtual cycle that at the end, the more feature we have, the more we democratize, the more we help the community to grow. And then it reflects as well, because the more community it grows, the more value is created within the ecosystem. And this value is never leaked anywhere else than within the ecosystem. And it was the goal since the very beginning. The very first page of the initial white paper was to create an autonomous ecosystem. And it's still so many things that should be achieved to go there. But we're extremely proud of what we have done hand-to-hand with the community. And that's only the beginning, I guess.
It's only the beginning. I think there was chapter 3 at last AMA, so now we're at chapter 4, which is obviously very gaming. National Council, this is something that I think so we're very proud of. We just had a talk about this before this AMA, and it's really, again, the importance of governance. As you guys know, you have voted for this community app to happen. You have voted for the wealth app as well, and we delivered it, right? And I think so the National Council now is something, another layer is how we could decentralize more of this governance and how we can improve ourselves as a community and hopefully one day as a nation. And I think so that's really, the end goal is how to replicate what has been done in the best democracies in the world and implement them in the most fair way and the most honest way through our community at SwissBorg. And the National Council here, just to break it down, we have already elected 50 very happy token holders, 50 biggest token holders that were elected. We're going to have, though, very soon on June 30, our biggest DAO contributors that are going to be elected. And the idea, as you understood, is to start bringing more and more people in the National Council that could represent the best interest of everyone, not only based on how much tokens you have, but on essentially how much you're contributing to this ecosystem, right? This real meritocratic way to really reflect the real need of what people want to build. And I think so. I love this platform because we've been collaborating. There's been already, cool stuff. Obviously we elected, we have invites, we shared stories together. Now there's initiatives that are being passed, being voted, and then hopefully it will be passed. And again, this is another thing a great platform that you could essentially dream about something, get accepted within that National Council, and then we'll develop it for you guys. And I think so that's really the great thing about this love that we all share, is this vision to democratize wealth management by making it fun, fair, and community centric, and how we together build this together. And few years from now, you'll be very proud of saying, like, yeah, I did vote for that, wealth app, which is already the case. I have built this with the National Council, and I really like it. I really like the fact that we're building and collaborating together. And I think so that for me is one of the coolest parts that we have today. Team overview. Crazy. That's another crazy chapter. We do have a lot of lovely people at SwissBorg, and I want to take this time to thank all of you guys at SwissBorg. You're really amazing. You push the limits always higher. You over deliver all the time, and we're learning so much. It's crazy. The Cyrus like a year ago is totally different from today, and I'm witnessing this overall. I don't know about you guys, Anthony and Alex. This last quarter has been crazy, right?
It's been very crazy, and it's not only the team, the number that increased, but as well to see the loyalty of the very first guy that still believe in the mission. And I think that's something extremely important at SwissBorg, is we consider ourselves in the first place as community member. There is no such a thing as a team or as founder or anything else. We are here and we need to bear this project because that's only the beginning. But with time, we are all equal. We are all community member. What do you think, Alex?
We are all one. It's exactly what it is. I think this whole concept of decentralized nations is really like, I feel like I have friends and family around the planet, and now we'll be able to reconnect no matter where we go. So it's really, the team is more than just the employees. It's the DAO, it's the people in SB Nation, it's the people contributing on Twitter, every single thing that you can do to help us propel and grow the community. It's crazy. When someone talks about listing on Binance, then there are more backers. I can't even follow Twitter anymore. I'm struggling to like and comment. You too, Cy, right? You were complaining this morning, like, I can't even follow all the news anymore.
Yeah, I as you guys probably know, I was not the most active guy on Twitter, and now I'm getting so much love. I'm like, man, I'm spending like 2 hours per day on Twitter, which is crazy, and I love it. By the way, whatever you guys do all the time, I really like it, and it's true that I think so. Going back to Anthony's message, it's very important to us is that the alignment that we have is not only the mission and the vision we have, we share together, and that love is that we have that token. And that's why I think so at SwissBorg, we're so different from any others. Like if you go and you buy Bitcoin on whatever different app, and you do this with us, it's something different, right? It has a sustainable way of being auto-efficient, or how do you say that earlier, a sub-sufficient ecosystem. And I think so that's beautiful. And we've seen this, the team now has grown from 75 to 150 in that last quarter. It's crazy when you think about it. Over 2,000 people around the globe regarding the DEO. We're in more than 20 countries, which is fantastic. And very often, everyone always asks me, how do we maintain the same culture? And again, I say, well, there's no difference between, founder, CEO, CSO, CPO, token holder. It's the same thing. we're all at the same alignment. We could share different visions sometimes, regarding features and products and how this is prioritized and this is that. But at the end, we are still aligned on everything. And I think so that's really one of the biggest beauty we have at SwissBorg. And I love to see that dream map of the world. Okay, guys, now we're getting to the product roadmap. Okay, this is the really exciting part, guys. So, okay, I need to take off my shirt. I need to take off my sweater. This is the biggest part. So I hope you guys are ready.
By the way, I see some Japanese family also in the group chat. Minasama konnichiwa, o genki desu ka? Et beaucoup de Français aussi. Gros bisous à tous les frères et sœurs qui nous suivent. Merci encore pour le soutien.
Et restez tuned parce que demain, c'est AMA français.
C'est ça.
Ah oui, demain, il y a l'AMA français, ça c'est clair. Donc, comme vous le savez, là, now it's going to be the main crazy time. We're going to talk about really a roadmap and how this roadmap is really going to change. And let's dive into it right away. Obviously, we wanted to put the roadmap more like that, but it was very hard to do the slide like that. So, but that's the rocket where we're going, right? It's vertically, not horizontally. So April, as guys knew, UTK and Chili's, really two great listings. Not only the token, but the partnership, how they're building a great ecosystem. No need to talk it even more. UTK is doing fantastically well. The PayPal of crypto. Chili's, the fan token that's changing the world of many sports, e-gaming, UFC, NBA, football, pretty much everything. I think so. This is a real great as well token to have, and how we'll be building partnership with these guys. There's a huge announcement happening tomorrow, which is going to be we need to wait for a little bit more. SwissBorg Ventures, BTC Yield is probably happening in May. Crypto Challenge will be released this summer. We have then going forward Premium Plus, new tokens, French version, and then going forward price alerts, more languages, and other surprises that we need to keep till the end of this beautiful AMA. So first thing, I think so we have to talk about the community app. The community app, I think so, is a fantastic story that we really wanted to focus on two things. Is how people could start to get into crypto and learn the great habits, right? The good habits of investing, of risk management. And I think so we really built this wonderful game in order to democratize, I would say, crypto in general, and at the same time be fun. It was a very addictive game. It's still a very addictive game. Now I'm 286 in the world, unfortunately, but it's a very fun game, and I like it, and actually it helps me a lot to process my portfolio management skills. But we weren't able to essentially finish it, right? I think so that was one of the problems that, we really wanted to concentrate on the wealth app. And I think so that's been, you guys have been waiting for a long time, but unfortunately we haven't been really able to cope with both of them, because we took the smart decision to say, okay, the community app is great, but the wealth app is changing the world. The community app is making us fun and teaching a lot of things about edutainment, which is great. But we're doing that with Crypto Night. We're doing that with Powwows. We're doing that right now with you guys. And we thought that putting more power, more energy on the wealth app would change lives of everyone. And I think so today it speaks for itself, right? Anthony, do you want to share something about the community app as well?
Yeah, sure. With regards to where we advance with the community app, so as you have seen in the previous slide, by the summer, we are very confident that we will release this new version of the community app, which will be called, by the way, the Crypto Challenge. The goal is we will start with Bitcoin, but one of the goals as well is to extend partnership. I think we've seen more and more partnership with SwissBorg recently, and this is really our goal as well going forward, to be more hand-to-hand with the ecosystem. So to partner with other projects that have the same ambition, that see the same future as we see. And the crypto challenge will be a great tool as well to gain more community member, to keep educating new community member, to join the SwissBorg ecosystem, but as well to learn on other token. And that this is how we have designed this new challenge. We will start by Bitcoin because obviously this is still our the father of all cryptos. But this is essentially where we are going, and we are quite confident that by summer, the new version of the crypto challenge, the community app that will be called this time, the crypto challenge, will be released. When it's come to the badge reward tonight, we have an announcement as well that we have to make. We have decided to update the reward in the community app. Because this is true, as Cyrus mentioned, the initial intention of the community app was to be created before the Wealth app, that when we launch the Wealth app, we can close this competition and we can engage people that have been participated with the community app, with the Wealth app, and start new season. But it didn't happen because, as you know, right, the cycle of development is not always easy to predict. And then, because the Wealth app was live, we have decided to focus on the Wealth app. And the reason why is because we want, on the first place, to protect the interest of every token holder. And as a result, because we've been lagging a little bit to release the new version, we have decided as well to update. For the launch of this new app, we have decided to update the reward by badge. So for now, we will update the Hall of Fame badge to 100 CHSB and all other badge 1 CHSB. And again, this is factoring the fact that from the very early expectation, the goal was to close the community app much earlier than next summer. It didn't happen because our interest was to protect the CHSB token holder and then to release more and more feature in the Wealth app. And because the CHSB has been so amazing, then we have decided to update the reward accordingly to the new increase in price that has been extremely exponential, as you guys know, since 1 year, and in order to protect again the interest of the token holder. But then we have introduced as well, because we've seen the more and more interest for all the community premium and Genesis premium. So what we have decided as well, just to reward the Hall of Fame that do this very, very hard job to invite a lot of their friends and to participate and really to engage with the community app. What we have decided as a reward is to offer a community premium account for only 1 CHSB when the season will be closed. And for the people that are already Genesis premium, then we will give them a discount on their Genesis premium and for the ICO as well, Genesis premium, that then they can benefit as well from being Hall of Fame in the community app.
Yeah, and I think this is really important because a lot of the big token holders out there were really concerned, and we got a lot of feedback saying, what if all these people are playing, they're going to cash out and sell their CHSB? Now the people who are playing, they'll actually get more than what they originally were supposed to get and be a part of the Wealth app. Like people are saying, smart move, as Adrien is saying very well. You know, it's encouraging people to become a part of the Wealth app. And by the way, guys, you still have lots of time before the actual next app comes. So it's coming in summer. So do try your best to become a Hall of Fame winner so that you can enjoy these amazing privileges, which is a community premium for 1 CHSB, a Genesis premium for 48,000. So 2,000 removed. You can stake that after, and the ICO Genesis for 3,000. So you can remove 2,000 and put that in sustainable yield and do whatever you want to do. So I think this is the wisest decision moving forward. And we really appreciate all the feedback that the community gave us on this specific point.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, Gerard. And just to make things clear as well, is that BTC rewards, which is close to $300,000 today, will go as to everyone. So whatever you have as reward in BTC, you will receive it within the Wealth app as soon as you essentially link those two accounts together. So for the BTC, it's all good. For those who are a little bit unhappy, about this. Again, apologies, but it's in our best interest sometimes to take these hard decisions. And I think so they're very responsible ones, which is that we are always favoring a wonderful token. And I heard the drums coming up. So the big news, big news coming right now, coming right now. And yes. So it's happening, guys. This is gonna be launching extremely soon, which means literally tomorrow or after tomorrow, worst case scenario. So this is a huge thing.
9%.
The goal is to get to over $1 billion in Bitcoin in the past next months. So we are gonna probably offer something crazy, and the yield right now it's 9%. I don't need to talk about what's happening in the other platforms. What I'm just saying here is that if you put 0.1 Bitcoin and this stays together, that means a year from now, you'll have 1.11 Bitcoin on your address. That is insane yield, insane. This is one of the
9% is crazy, guys. That's 3 times most of the offerings in the market, if not more. It's nuts. It's completely bonkers.
It's completely
again,
nuts.
you know, go ahead.
No, go for it. Go for it.
No, but again, we need to think in terms of yield that as well. This is linked to the incredible work of all the DeFi platform, right? And we're going hand to hand with them. This is not another yield that is provided to the traditional economy. It is directly linked to all the innovation that the ecosystem, the DeFi ecosystem, have been built since 9 months and even further, right? Because guys such as Aave, we've been partnering with them since 4 years now and have been building in the shadow during crypto winter, and now it's the result. And we're just here to act as a bridge to this fantastic ecosystem that is the DeFi ecosystem.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's going to be a game changer. I mean, look, if you want 9% now, you have to be Genesis Premium, and you really want to be Genesis Premium. Think about all the big guys around the world that are yielding like 1% or 2%, 3%, and then they're going to see like, wait, if I only have 50,000 SwissBorg tokens, I'm going to start to yield 9% on my Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, let's order 10 of those, and I think so that's going to be really, really great. It's going to be really something that is going to provide a lot of traction into the Wealth app, and is more importantly reward you guys. And I think so that's what it's all about. It's about rewarding you guys on all your best cryptos that we really care for. And I'm super, super excited about this huge announcement, which is going to be, again, another game changer within our ecosystem. And this is how we start with chapter 4 in the house. Do we have other things, guys, or shall we stop here? Or do you want to hear more? I'd like to hear your feedback, guys. Is there something more or in the pipeline?
I think we're running out of time.
We're running out of time. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God.
I think there's another surprise. Don't you think so, Sai? There's something.
Surprise. We always have cool things cooking. Of course we do. It is coming. There you go, guys. We're working really, really, really hard on the community premium. There's a very high chances that this is going to happen at the end of next week. We've been working really, you don't imagine how much hours has been put behind on the whole product and the whole development team behind. You asked it, we are delivering it. Like always, guys, we are at your service, and we want to make sure that we're always providing the best things. So the community premium is going to happen again, most likely next week. And this is going to enable all of our guys to have all the great features in the app, reduce the fees to 0.75 on all assets, and then have 1.5 X on yield, which today is great. Again, this is going to bring in a lot of new people within the app. Think about 2,000 times 200,000, 300,000 people on the app, right? Just think about those numbers. That's insane amount of tokens that could be locked. And with Vegeta, I completely agree with you, man. This is bringing my heart on fire too.
And I know you guys were so adamant on the community premium, and it makes a lot of sense. We're so excited to deliver this month, and you've all been waiting a long time for this to enjoy the yield more. And it's just things are really starting to connect. All the stars are starting to align, right, Anthony?
Exactly. Yeah. And again, guys, I don't know if maybe Cyrus, you can recap what is the exact date beside the soon that we will release.
So, okay, people are not going to be happy. Okay, I'll do it this time. But again, it's not me.
It's not a
Anthony
guarantee.
is the one. It's not guaranteed. But, usually we like to release close to our powwows. And usually the powwows on Tuesday, right? Very nice. So let's hopefully plan this by May 12th. That'll be great if we can make it happen. And this is an incredible Songgohan. Thank you so much, Kling, for that. It's great to see a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Kamehameha type of fans. We're all a fan of that. I'm think so. This has been this is going to be another big element of Chapter 4 with BTC Yield. I think so. The community premium is really going to change our lives and lives of many others. And I think so. This is really, really great because those who weren't able to get into the Genesis are now going to be community premium. And we have a very big amount of people. I hope that our goals by the end of the year is at least to get 100,000 people there, at least. So let's concentrate there. SwissBorg Ventures, Alex.
All right, guys. So we have quite an exciting initiative, and I'd like to share some information with you. We have created a new venture called SwissBorg Ventures. And first of all, I'd love to share with you guys, how the market is reacting these days, and a general explanation, if you don't mind, Si, moving to the next part. But this is something that's really interesting. And it's something that not many people know because it's very often behind closed doors. And what's happening in the ecosystem is you have these projects right here on the top left. And these projects often want, of course, to raise money in order to, build their vision and their dreams, right? And if we go to the next one, Si. And of course, we have what we called the primary and the secondary market, right, guys? So the primary market is everything that is private, and the secondary market is everything that is public, right? So these projects, they want to raise money either through a seed round, which is the very first round, or a private round, which is the second round within this primary market. And they're called pre-sales, right? And most of these projects, what happens as of today is they want to find smart money, quote unquote smart money. I don't know if that's a really good term. I would call it strategic money rather than smart, but they go through the VCs, they go through the marketers, the exchanges, the media, the influencers, et cetera, so that if they can get these people, this smart money as per se, to join their private sale, then they may have better traction as they grow, right? And then they negotiate allocation sizes, et cetera. And next part, Si, if you can go, then from the primary market, as you guys know, then there's the secondary market. And in between the two, we have the IFO or the ICO, as you guys know very well, or a launchpad, right? And already from the primary market, so let's say a seed sale stage to the ICO or the launchpad, some tokens already do on the first day between 2 to 100x. So it's a crazy thing that people, very exclusive club that people get access to. And then eventually, of course, it gets listed on the secondary market, gets listed on exchanges, and it becomes available to all. So that's just the general flow. We have the primary market, the ICO, which is the beginning of the secondary market, and then we have listing on exchanges. So there's a reason why this is very exclusive, guys. If you don't mind going to the next slide, Si. Now, the issues behind this, right? A lot of our community members are asking us, hey, can SwissBorg get us into these private sales? We know that X influencer, or we know that this VC firm got a crazy deal. But the issue is there are many challenges. Obviously, SwissBorg is trying to make everything accessible to all, but here are some of the challenges. If you can move forward, Si. Number one is, when you go through private sales, it very much requires licenses, right? You need a broker-dealer license or investment fund. If you're opening it up to more than a certain amount of people, depending on your jurisdiction, it's just, you need a license, right? Because it's a fund technically. And there are other issues on top of that. Some jurisdictions ask you to be a qualified investor, accredited, sophisticated, intelligent investor, whatever silly term they use to show that basically you're rich and you filled out a survey. So that's a limitation. And then some of the projects, they don't want to open it up to too many people because of the logistical issues, right? They don't want to do KYC to so many people. They want to have to do wallet management, sending the funds to all these different wallets, et cetera, et cetera. And they really want value added. So this is really what makes private sales extremely exclusive. Now, SwissBorg, step by step, baby steps, we're going to try to change this world. We're going to try to fight this financial exclusion that we've had from the very early days. And so we are trying to find a way to already open up to our biggest token holders. And so it's our job at SwissBorg right now is to negotiate allocation sizes, right? And say, okay, now everyone realizes SwissBorg is close to 500,000 amazing community users. And they're realizing that SwissBorg has credibility, great team, advisory. We have Kryptonites, Cyrus on the powwow. We have so much to offer to projects and startups that many people want to involve SwissBorg. They say, we want to give you an allocation. So we try to negotiate that. And at the moment, we're giving this allocation, the private sales, which was never accessible to anyone, to our top CHSB token holders. Because these people, obviously, we have to make sure that they're always happy. But on top of that, we're also contributing to the crypto ecosystem, and which is really good. And this is a win for everyone, not just the top CHSB token holders to make sure that they're happy, but it also creates corporate accounts. So we've invested in a few private sales, and all three of the companies are opening corporate accounts. They're putting, millions in the Smart Yield. They're growing our trading volume. They're growing our AUM, growing our protect and burn. So at the end of the day, everyone will benefit from it in some way. And on top of that, we want to negotiate more airdrops. You guys saw the Chili's airdrop the other day. So we're really trying to step by step open this up to the world, something that has been always extremely exclusive, and make it inclusive. But there's another way to make things even more inclusive, right?
Yeah, but I mean, exactly. Like, how would it be possible that, we could offer this to all our token holders? Because like, if we're getting these small deals and, we want to offer this to 300,000 people and, 1 million people in a few months, we would need to have like allocations of $1 billion, right? If you just want to give $1,000 to each allocation of each portfolio. So, legally seems still complicated. So, yeah, I'm wondering if we could find something that could really work and that maybe all token holders could benefit from. Do you have anything under your hat, Anthony, for this?
I think we can move to the next slide.
Maybe the next slide has something. And this is how we do. This is how we do. This is how we do. Yeah, I think so. This is it, guys. Initial fair offering, a launchpad, SwissBorg. What does that mean in some words? How can you explain it in 3 words, Alex?
It's the very first launchpad that is mobile friendly with fiat gateways, no MetaMask, and open to the mass.
That is amazingly put. I love it, Alex. Anyone can now be essentially yield farming, minting, creating new beautiful fruits out of this with only our own beautiful app and our SwissBorg token holders. I think so. This picture means it all. It means how all the token holders, all the network at SwissBorg will be through the Wealth app creating this amazing system that we could start bringing in beautiful vegetables, fruits, and flowers. And I think so that's something, again, is how this has been reserved for the very few and how we are democratizing this to every token holder in the world. I think so. This is probably our biggest chapter for. This is going to be the big changer for the years to come. I'm super excited about this.
And I think, Sai, one thing that's really, really cool about this, guys, there are amazing projects like Polka Starter, Soul Starter. There are a lot of launchpads on different platforms, but none of them have fiat gateways. And that's really something that's important. And none of them are mobile. Binance has a launchpad, but again, Binance uses multiple tokens to farm. So there are some inconsistencies where we can leverage our utility of the CHSB even more. So there are definitely some imperfections that we can capitalize on. And I'm so excited to Anthony marry me.
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
mean,
he's
look,
mine.
I mean, that means it means what it means. It means the mother token of this new financial revolution and just, revolution in general is going to be done through SwissBorg token. So meaning that you guys are going to be creating and participating into these all different ecosystems thanks to that SwissBorg token. And I think so that's something that is extremely important. Please walk us through this genius idea, Anthony. Yeah. Looking forward to hear this.
Yeah, with great pleasure. And maybe before we dig into the journey that we have designed to allow any team member, community member, to farm new token based on the CHSB they got in few clicks, maybe we can explain what is the yield farming, what is the initial farm offering for the people that don't really know what is farming. And essentially, you have to understand that we live in a world when we talk about decentralization, cryptocurrency, this is essentially trying to remove the middleman. It's trying to remove the unnecessary actors in the world today that just here to take commission, but that doesn't bring much value to the ecosystem. So in a nutshell, if tomorrow I decide to launch a new decentralized project, my biggest challenge is to find enough community member at the very early stage that then I do not need the guy in the middle, because the guy in the middle is basically aggregating community to give me services. And what we learn with the past 9 months and the incredible amount of innovation in terms of DeFi is we don't need middlemen. So if you take, for example, Uniswap or PancakeSwap, they are allowing anyone to become a market maker. And guys, you have to understand that market maker used to be a function that belongs to banks and investment professional. That was something that was extremely complicated to implement. And thanks to decentralization, now you can organize exchange and market making in a very efficient manner just because there is a community behind it. So every new innovation in terms of DeFi will look for educated community. They will look for powerful economy, community that they can help them to launch their ecosystem and make this ecosystem work. And because at SwissBorg, we're getting stronger and stronger as a community, we have more and more projects that come to us and say, we are launching this innovation. And for this innovation to work, we need a community behind. And we are ready to offer to you guys and to your community free token that then you become part of our own community. And this is essentially what the Launchpad will allow you to do. So when we look at the journey, the first screen, it will be extremely similar to what the Smart Yield offer today. So we'll have a first page that explains what is the project about. So in that example, we are talking about a project that is, the name is Free Wealth. It will help to democratize structured product to the world. It is decentralized. And you will see the farming period. What is the requirement to participate to this farming offering, which is obviously the CHSB. So the more CHSB you will possess, the more token you will get as a result, because the assumption is if you have CHSB, then you are an educated community member.
And if you're premium, you're always as well staking 1.5 more if you're community premium, or 2x obviously for Genesis premium, right?
Exactly. Because again, this is how we assess if someone is really loyal to an ecosystem. This is thanks to our premium members. This is not only giving out free commission and boost on the yield, it is as well a proof for us that we are facing very loyal community member. And this is what the project they ask, right? They ask that hand to hand, we work toward a better future. And for that, we need loyalty. So the first screen will explain what's the project about. The next screen is all about staking the number of CHSB that you guys want to stake. And the last screen, and it's as simple as that, the last screen will tell you during the farming period how much token you will receive. And it's only by the action of staking your token that you will receive this new token of new project, as you guys have seen for the one that are familiar on Binance, on any other ecosystem, but that will be exclusively done for CHSB token holder, as you mentioned, Alex.
And I think what is really beautiful, guys, is, there's nothing better in terms of wealth management than finding a way to make your crypto work for you, right? So we have the Smart Yield, right, which gives you automated farming. We will have the Launchpad. And then on top of that, proof of stake and other types of yields. I mean, this is incredible on one app. Anthony told me the day Binance launched the Binance Launchpad, he told me that with that and going into DeFi, the Binance Smart Chain, now this token has the most utility than any other utility, the most value than any other token on the planet. And now I'm confident to say, guys, that the CHSB token will have as many utilities as the BNB coin. And I think that's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to be able to say that. And the future is bright, of course.
Yeah, I think so. And again, I think so. Whatever is complicated in the world, whatever is only for the few elites, we are giving it within few essentially top figure, and we're giving it to everyone. And I think so. That's the beauty of it, is how we make this accessible and we democratize it by making it fun, fair, and community centric. So again, this is a big game changer. Super proud of the whole team here, and this is the 5th utility of the SwissBorg token. Questions. We had a lot of questions. I really want to thank all of you guys, by the way, for these questions. There's been a lot of really great questions that have been asked, and we are always here to answer them. So let's take the first one. In SwissBorg partnership with AVE, what collaborative projects are being worked on and what goals are shared? I think so. This is very important. Obviously, AVE, we've known them for a very long time. And we, back when there was Lend back then, and they've been really helping us for a lot of different things. A big shout out to, by the way, Stani and the whole team. In order to provide the SwissBorg token in a better ecosystem, we need to decentralize it. We have been most probably the best at creating this distributed meta exchange, and now the idea is to make it work in a lot of different ecosystems. That is taking some time, and we're taking the right steps, but we could ensure you guys that that's on our roadmap, and we are going to make sure that the SwissBorg token will be represented in different decentralized financial applications. So that's it for AVE right now, and looking forward to the next question, number 2.
By the way, Sai, I see some AVE members in the actual chat, which is super cool. And we're going to actually meet Stani this week, so we're going to catch up on this front. Hopefully things will happen afterwards.
Cool. What will happen in a bear market when there's less activity on crypto and less user growth? Will Smart Yield's rate drop? Okay, just want to say something about that. Market history repeats. No, sorry. History does not repeat, but it rhymes, right? With that, Alex, I think I hear an echo from your sides, guys. Yeah. So getting back, it does repeat. It does rhymes markets, but we're in a very different market. It's a very different market in 2017. 2017 there was a lot of hope, but there was not so much products. DeFi, didn't pretty much exist. ETH Lend was like the only legit project and through decentralized exchange, but the volume was very small back then, right? 2018, and there was a lot of ICOs raising a big amount of money that had to cash out as well. The market was very more Asian driven. Now it's global, and more importantly, there was not institutional money. Now there's institutional money, there's hedge fund money, there's every money, and there's the huge DeFi that went from $1 billion last year to over 100 billion assets that are pledged between Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. There's a lot of great stuff going on. There's a great projects as well, great use cases. So it's a very different market. So will it happen that essentially the market's going to correct 90% and things going to go to a crypto winter for 3 years? I don't see that at all. I don't see that at all. So if it does happen, and we might have a moment that unfortunately the markets won't be as juicy as they are right now. Mark, I think so for sure the rates will drop. That's no doubt there. But do you want to share something else, Anthony?
Okay, can you hear me, guys? Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, obviously, again, the smart yield is a mean for you to get access to the DeFi growth. What we see right now is extremely early days of this ecosystem. Maybe the rate will not be as high as they are today, but maybe they will. The thing is with crypto, it's extremely difficult to predict what's going to happen. I don't think as well we are entering in a market that is still at its very early days, right? And as you mentioned, we have institutional money, we have more and more players coming in. And what we see as a difference between 2017 is we see extremely smart players as well. So we see people that are not just here to raise money during an ICO and leak it back to the traditional economy. When we see people such as FTX, they have make an amount of money that is incredible, but they are not quitting. They are reinvesting into the infrastructure. They're creating their own blockchain. They are exactly reinvesting all this money into the ecosystem. So we do not see for the coming future anything change. Of course, there could be, there is exogenous factors that can really play into the game, such as everyone gets the vaccine, the COVID vaccine these days. Maybe the COVID vaccine hasn't been tested enough, and we might have fireback from the vaccine. And that, of course, that can create, for moments, for a period of time, that can create extremely big volatility, as we have seen a year ago when the COVID became global. The market drops a lot. But what we see as well, what we learn more and more is market correction are going to be extremely fast, and they will happen in a very fast and violent manner, but they will not last. Because we are printing money in an unlimited fashion. We are printing money, the government are printing money in an unlimited fashion, and the notion itself of money is changing. And we don't know. It's extremely difficult then to forecast what the future will be about.
We could probably have an AMA just on that. We should maybe have one day, like every 2 months or what, just a macro outlook with the beautiful brain of Anthony, others. Question number 3, guys. Can you give us more detail on how institutional products will benefit CHSB? Can we have an example? Yes. So this is planned. Hopefully we'll launch it. The idea was to create like the best picks of SwissBorg. And with those best picks, we would have obviously SwissBorg token in it. So how would that benefit is more influx of institutional money going into SwissBorg token. This is one of the great ways. And then obviously, a very huge portion of our our revenues goes into essentially the protect and burn. And more importantly, all our revenues are always reinvested in talents and pools and how we could build better products with greater people. So I think that's the virtuous cycle of bringing that institutional business in.
If I can add on top of what you just said, what you need to understand as well is institutional money is not really buying, beside Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum, they are not really buying any other token. But if you package product into a product, if you package, for example, the best exchange or the best fintech token, that might be interested, right? And of course, CHSB will be part of this best fintech token that are out there, together with FTX, BNB, and other players as well. So that would be an indirectly building product to serve the purpose of giving institutional an exposure to crypto, and then directly CHSB, because now we're part of the game. We are on the top 100. We are an established project. We have a reputation and a big community, and we can be considered into the investment universe of institutional if we manage to package products that give them a direct allocation to a broader thematic. And that's one of the goals as well, is to come with a thematic that represents fintech token into the crypto ecosystem and will be part of them. And directly it brings flow to the CHSB as a result.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Question number 4. What is that one? What about advanced conversation with exchanges? SwissBorg making good returns and makes sense to invest in a listing to get more? Yeah, for sure. Talking to all of them. Long story short, the usual suspects as the big guys, and who are we favoring? Obviously, the top tier exchanges. Why we want to be listed? Well, for more volume, for more token holders, for people to essentially have the opportunity to grow their wealth as well through our through a SwissBorg token. And last but not least, to have a better relationship with chain analysis and all the DeFi space. So it's always something that's planned, by the way. We're always working it. There's not one moment that Alex is not on it, I'm not on it, or someone else is not on it. We are literally all the time doing this. It does take time, but we're seeing a lot of good a lot of good signs from these different top tier guys. And yeah, looking forward to the next question. Oh, that's Anthony's favorite question. So so you guys know it, right? I love this idea. He hates it. So Anthony, when is it happening?
Yeah, so I'm part of responsible for this decision. But look, guys, the thing is, the payment system is a very complex sphere, right? There is many payment options out there. We see open banking. We see different type of innovation, and we don't really know if Visa card are going to be the future. And that's one reason why Visa, for example, invests a lot of effort and money into USDC. There is many change. I mean, there is many innovation at the payment level that we observe and witness. And we want to be very careful, because when we go one direction, then it means that we postpone of a feature as well. And we really want to be, again, the investment platform of cryptos, not the trading platform. It's very important. We want to become the wealth management platform of cryptos, meaning we want to take care of the money of our user. We want to take care of their allocation and make it better. Payment is obviously a big topic, but there is as well other conversation. I know this is one topic that was very big on, that was dropped, but maybe we'll come back, such as Libra. Can you imagine that if tomorrow a network such as big as Facebook is releasing a payment method, such as Libra, or now it's called Diem, the Diem coin? Will it change the game? Can it disrupt the Visa card business? That's the kind of question we're asking to ourselves as well. So we're not like completely close to the idea of integrating Visa and MasterCard and payment card to the Wealth app. We just take the time to assess what are the better option. But unfortunately, it's not on a very short-term roadmap, as you guys have seen. Despite the very effort of Cyrus to push that feature in the platform.
But I understand it, guys. There's a lot of things that goes with it. Next question. When will SwissBorg be available in US, Australia? That is two different topics and have two different sources of problem with it. And Australia essentially is a technical reason. It's very far away. So we need to essentially move our servers somewhere over there. So that is possible. Just as a technical solution that we need to invest in. The US is more a regulatory one. And it seems that now that Coinbase is the kings of finance in general, it looks like this is going to be more and more difficult to get licenses and get into the US. So everyone always talks about this all the time, like, oh, come to the US, we're going to do an IPO and all that. And we're like, oh, well, we're a token economy driven ecosystem, so it's a bit hard for us. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter, just fundraise like 500 million and, you could do all that thing. So the US is always a little different beast. And for the time being, we're very comfortable of not moving there yet. Next question.
But maybe Cyrus, maybe one day the dream is a bunch of community members that we will help them to create wealth, will decide all together to conquer US. That will be the best dream ever. And
that's the National Council. I mean, exactly. The National Council, with referendum and this other things that we'll be building. I'll be talking about this in the powwows going forward, is how we could, empower you guys to bring this up. And time will change, and we'll see how things will do. For the time being, we're doing great here in Europe, and I think so Asia is a big market for us.
Just like you said, Sai, like spreading ourselves too thin is a big risk. When you're aiming everywhere, you're aiming nowhere, right? So I think especially with all the regulatory things that are coming into place, people will not be able to be in every single country on the planet, right? And there's so much to do, guys, in Europe still. We're still tiny. I mean, obviously we have an amazing community out there, like you guys are supporting us, but we're still very small. There's still, just in Switzerland alone, there's so many strides to improve on. So let's just stay comfortable with the EU and do as much as we can, guys, because eventually, with the advancements in regulatory frameworks, some people are going to have to withdraw from specific countries. And when they withdraw, we will be there to take over. So
great stuff. Next question. I think we have 5 more. When can we have automatic tax declare in SwissBorg app one day? So I'm not going to say anything, but Alex has a call with a very cool company based in France to doing that. And we do want to partner up potentially on things. But then we can't do it for every jurisdiction. So that's something you have to consider. It's very complicated for every jurisdiction. We're already servicing, over, I think 100 countries now with Alpha. So we can't do that for every country. But we're working on ways how we could maybe whitelist different companies, and that how we could partner up with these guys. That'll be one way. I don't know, Anthony, if you have something to add on this.
It's true. It's a challenge. We've been releasing, I think, a paper functionality that will help you guys for the tax. But then to comply with every tax, every jurisdiction has a different way to approach crypto. It's changing as well, right? It's so new. Like in France, it's been changing many times. So it is quite of an investment. We will get there, I guess, one day. But this is not our top priority because we have released already something that help you guys to do it.
IFO, tax declaration. Yeah, IFO. Okay, next question, guys. How can we be sure my coins deposited in SwissBorg have? What insurance do you have in place for hacks, bugs, dinosaur attacks? So for dinosaur attacks, first thing is that I watched Jurassic Park twice, so I know really good things about this. But more importantly, I think MPC technology, as you guys know, we're one of the rare around the world that has the possibility to destroy private keys and not have any of these internal or external hacks. In terms of insurance, we have the safety net fund that is for the yielding products, but we have for the Genesis Premium as well an extra insurance fund, which has today, I don't know how much, Anthony, do you know how much the insurance funds have for Genesis
25
Premium?
million.
25 million. And yeah, I mean, that is already great. And we're always improving security. I think we talked about this 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago in a powwow. We're really always ensuring better security and better features within the app to make sure that your funds are all secure and you're having a great experience. Next question. Yes, we recently saw crypto as being blacklisted in AMF. L'autorité de marché français, for those who don't know it, we are in talks with them, and yeah, it's great. I think so. That's the next step. We know that the France market is very big, and we are taking all the responsible steps in order to make clearance, as we always been doing since day one. We were the only ICO that did KYC, above a threshold on all our token holders, even if the FINMA didn't do that. We always seek to look into Malta, then in Estonia. Now that we have with the MF, there's the PESAN. Well, obviously, we're doing the right steps. We believe that regulators are not here to break your balls. They're here to protect your assets. And what is one of our big mission as well is to protect our assets at all times. So we work hand in hand, and most probably we'll have great news coming forward very soon. Next question. As a bonus becomes, you seem generous tonight. Can you tell us? Oh, this is the best one. Whoever this one is, please contact me. I'll share you some more love.
That's me, Cyrus.
Okay.
It's for free. Thank you.
Okay. It's Dr. Gonzo. Okay, that's why. Lovely community member, a DEO active person. If you don't know this person, this is a great one. Well, the NFT Genesis. I know that. Hey, right now, Maxime just was next to me. I don't know where he is right now, but he was talking to Engine, and they're trying to figure out a solution. So I know it's gonna happen. Last but not least, are we good to go? We're good to go. We did it, guys. We did it within less than 1 hour and 30 minutes. This is great. So I think so, for everyone here listening, I really want to, 3,000 people first. This is insane. This is how crazy this power of our network is. I really want to thank all of you. It's always a pleasure. Please take the time to share your love on any social media. I'm getting all the time amazing ideas that we're sharing with the team. Thanks to you. Whatever you have, let in this comments. You leave on YouTube later on. It's something that, again, it helps us to collaborate to get something much better than our own selves. SwissBorg, it's not Anthony, Alex, myself, it's you guys. And it's us together, and this bond that we have, this token that unites us on this brilliant mission that's much bigger than ourselves, is something that will prevail. And I think so. Do I look tired? Someone's saying, "Oh, Cyrus looks tired." Yeah, I look tired, but it doesn't matter, guys. It's I'm fueled by love. If you're, sometimes I take too much love in my face, and maybe makes me a bit tired. But I seriously, every morning I wake up, I'm like in a dream, and this dream is all thanks to you guys. And Anthony is same to him. I think so, Alex as well. What was your best memories of this first quarter, Alex?
To me, it's like all the stories that I'm seeing from the community, that I'm hearing, videos, pictures. This is thanks to SwissBorg, this, that. It's surreal, guys. I feel almost like we're all living in a video game, some days. And really, I want to go back to what Evos Belgium said on Twitter, like we're rewriting history, guys. And it's really, this is, in 10, 20, 30 years, even 5 decades down the road, having that company that was completely backed by the community and completely community driven, never raised, a VC round, never had to resort on this. It's a real paradigm shift. And that to me is something that I know we'll be able to pass on to future generations, to our children, to our grandchildren. And I think that's the most meaningful part of all. Other than that, with regards to the token, I'm so excited to have what could be, the most valuable multi-utility token in the crypto space, on top of all these features. And thanks to Anthony, who's been working so hard on innovation and trying to research and find ways, to really automate, simplify, and open this up to everyone. That's what really matters the most. So thank you, Anthony, for all your hard work in that field.
Thanks to you guys. And yeah, to share as well the moment in this quarter that really goes very straight to my heart is I've been in Turkey, for example, just coming out from a taxi, and it was raining, and 2 guys stopped me and say SwissBorg, and it was crazy, right? That being in Turkey and by this terrible weather, being stopped by 2 guys with their family, and we had a very nice chat. And of course, they made money with the price, but it was never about the price of the token. It was always about the mission and how proud they were just to belong to the community. And last time I was to the dentist as well, just going out. And one guy, after the dentist, you don't feel that good. And one guy say SwissBorg and didn't hear the first time. So, I turned back and I said, what the guys want? And then again, SwissBorg. And then I understand it was about SwissBorg. And we started to discuss. And the guy was, I had a normal job, didn't make much money. And everyone was telling me, you condemn, like your life will be always going to your work every day. And there is nothing you can do with your life. There is no hope for you. And then he invests in SwissBorg. And beside the financial benefit, the reward was, it was part of something that he really trusts at the very heart of who he is. And it made him successful. He made money, but the money was, the performance that he made was the symbol of him taking a decision for himself and saving himself from the tyranny of the normal world, the world that condemns us to not believe in our dream, to not believe in ourselves. And that's the biggest achievement we have. Is I see an amazing community that is not only here for the financial reward, but is very happy to push the mission, to push the optimism as well that we defend, because we live in a very negative world where we are surrounded by negative news. And the crypto benefit is you can open up your Twitter, you can open up your Telegram. There is good and bad news, but there is a very positive momentum because we are trying really to disrupt the existing model that are unfair. That's really, from my experience for this quarter, what really touched my heart, and that's the biggest reward as a co-founder at SwissBorg. So thank you guys again for all the love and sharing this love very openly.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Again, I'm so delighted to see all the time. I'm living a dream as well. I was just earlier trying to buy things at a tailor, and the guy was like, "Hey man, I think so you're a SwissBorg, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And all the time, it's crazy. And with Alex, we had a dream because it's a personal thing. Maybe I shouldn't share it, but I'm going to share it anyways. We when we came from the States to France, we lived in a very small apartment with my brother, and the three of us, my mom, and well, it was a very nice life though. You don't, when you're a kid, it doesn't matter. But it was like a 50 square meter apartment. It's not very big. And my mom, really coolest person on the planet, an artist, amazing person. Always lived in the living room, and I was always sharing the room with my brother, right? And great thing, at 20 years old, it was a bit awkward, but it was still a great thing. I think so. We both have great memories. And long story short, I said to my mom, like, "Hey, man, now when we come to vacation, we go see you in France. It's quite hard to go all the 5, 6, 7 of us, at your place. So, maybe we could, ramp up the thing and buy a better apartment." And I said to Alex, I said one day, like, "Alex, one day you'll see we're gonna buy an apartment in that same residency in that same building, but we're gonna have that rooftop thing." And look, thanks to you guys, it happens. And the most beautiful of all this story is that we needed a broker to find essentially a line of credit. And I sent a message to this guy, and he says, "Yeah, I mean, he's a friend of a friend of a friend." And he's like, "Yeah, well, that's my job. I do that, no problem. I'll work this out." And then he's like, "Wait, but you work at SwissBorg? Wait, you're the founder of SwissBorg. Hey man, I'm Genesis Premium." And I'm like, "No, this is impossible." And this is how, again, this good karma, this network we're creating together to improve the lives of everyone else. And I think so that is exactly why today I'm so super thrilled about this chapter 4 of SwissBorg, getting into this new quarter with the BTC yield. As a reminder, guys, it's going to change the game forever, as well this amazing opportunity to have this IFO, which is going to change the game of yield farming, of DeFi, and how this new Launchpad will be able to grow a new utility of the SwissBorg token. And last but not least, what you've asked, the community premium is coming in next week. And that's another Christmas. It looks like every quarter we have Christmas presents for all of us. And again, it's for all of us. I think so that is really, really awesome. I just want to take this opportunity as well to reward all the winners of this fantastic game. And by the way, the winners are going to be these different people that we are about to show. Eva's from Belgium. Congratulations to yourself, SwissBorg Mania. The Vibrant as well, Morphe, Crypto Tappy, all 5 of you guys are winner, which means a lot to it. And what are you guys going to be winning? That was essentially the giveaways for the top 5 tweets. So you'll be receiving a lot of swag going forward, and we'll be sharing. Please message us on Twitter, and we'll be sharing for you guys these wonderful. Hopefully this will come in very soon, and a lot of cool other stuff like this bracelet and hopefully necklaces and things like that going forward. So yeah, I really wanted to thank all of you guys for this. I think so we come to a time that May the 4th be with you guys. And yeah, maybe last word if anyone wants to share something, Alex, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks again for being here tonight. It's amazing to see almost 4,000 people connected, listening to us and being so positive as well. So in this time, thanks a lot for your help. It's a lot of energy coming, and rendez-vous demain pour la EMA français.
Ah oui, c'est vrai. À demain. See you guys. Thank you so much. Be happy, be wealthy, and please love our wonderful CHSB. Take care, guys. Bye.